and heal.
I love my daughter with all my heart. And God, I miss her every day.
Kayla Berg went missing on August 11th, 2009. She was staying with friends when her brother's friend Kevin picked her up.
Kevin picked Kayla up that night, and they were driving around, and then Kayla wanted to go to Wausau, and Kevin said he had taken her to Wausau to an ex-boyfriend's house, where he dropped her off, and then he returned to Antigo.
That was the last time Kayla was seen. After days of waiting for Kayla to return home, her family reported her missing to the Antigo Police Department.
From there, we initiated an investigation into her disappearance, which unfortunately now has gone 16 years without actually solving the case.
16 years of no answers, waiting, and a mess of emotions, especially for Kayla's mom.
I still have a lot of blame for myself. I know, people say don't blame yourself, but it's kind of hard not to. A lot of heartache. A lot of wonder where she is, what happened.
Hope tells me
she promised her MOM she would never sneak out again, but the very next day she went missing. And I think we know who did it. Her name is Kayla Berg, and what happened to her still haunts everyone who hears it. That night, Kayla told her MOM that she was staying at her friend Natasha's house. But that wasn't the plan, not even close. They wanted to go to a party, one with older boys, drinks, and everything that their parents would have said no to. So they pulled the oldest trick out of the book. Kayla told her MOM she was staying at Natasha's, and Natasha told her MOM she was staying at Kayla's, and it worked. The girls made it to the party. But what makes this worse is Kayla didn't have a phone, so when she didn't make it home that night, nobody could reach her. It's now the next morning, and Kayla's MOM, Hope, is calling everyone. She calls Natasha's MOM, and that's when it both hits them. They've been lied to, and both their daughters are missing. Hope files a missing persons report immediately, but later that same day, Kayla walks straight through the front door, saying that she lost track of time. I mean, her MOM is obviously furious. But she's a mother first, so all she can do is be thankful that her daughter is alive and safe. So she made Kayla promise to never sneak out again. But the next day, she disappears. Except this time, nobody would ever see Kayla alive again. That day, she went to go visit her father, James. Quick backstory. Her parents are separated, and her father is battling cancer. It was a lot for her to handle, so she made sure to check in with him from time to time. At around 8:30 p.m., a man named Kevin, who's 24 by the way, picks her up. She kisses her dad goodbye and gets into his car. Now, Kevin isn't just some stranger. I mean, he is 24 years old, hanging with a 15-year-old, but he's basically part of the family. At 9:30 p.m., Kayla stops by McDonald's to visit her friend Beth, who's working night shift. Beth remembers it like it was yesterday. She says that Kayla pulled up in Kevin's Jeep, but only Kayla came inside. She told Beth that she was planning to hang out with Kevin and that she would call her after shift, but that call never came, and that was the last time anyone ever saw Kayla alive again. The next morning, Kayla's dad realizes that she's never come home yet, and at first, he's just thinking, oh, she's pulling that same stunt from the night before. But then hours go by, and that's when panic starts settling in. He calls Kevin, and his answer only made things worse. He says he dropped Kayla off, but doesn't remember where. He doesn't know the address, and he doesn't know the friend's name. Tell me that doesn't sound suspicious. Later that day, James calls Hope, but she doesn't answer, so he leaves a message. And the next day, Hope hears that message, but this time, her gut was screaming that something was seriously wrong. She starts her own research, asking anyone and everyone who might know who this mysterious friend was. She calls Kevin, but he doesn't answer. And then hours later, he sends a text message. Yes, a text message, not a phone call, a text. He says his phone was dead, and sticks to the same story that he told Kayla's dad, that he dropped her off at a house that was dark, no lights on, and doesn't know the address. Days pass, and Kayla still isn't home, so her MOM has no choice, once again, to report her missing. At first, police listed her as an endangered runaway, but as more time passes, things just stop making sense. Kevin's story kept changing. At first, he's like, I don't remember where she went. I don't remember. But then afterwards, he was like, Wait, actually, I dropped her off at her ex-boyfriend Miguel's house. Except Miguel didn't live there, and Kayla knew that. The house was abandoned. They weren't even dating anymore. So why would she ask to be dropped off there? Police checked Kevin's location, and guess what? It was either dead, turned off, or not working the entire time he was with Kayla. So there's literally zero proof that he took her to that house. How convenient for him. Police search his house, his car, his phone records. They find things, but nothing that leads to Kayla. Kevin tells police he went straight home that night. His MOM backs up his alibi. Obviously, but beyond that, there's nothing to actually support him. And when police start pressing him harder, he lawyers up. They tried hitting him with minor charges, like reckless driving and endangering a minor, hoping that he would crack under the pressure. But Kevin pled not guilty, and those charges were dismissed. Police knew he was hiding something, but they couldn't prove it, so they shifted their focus to Miguel, and he didn't help either. They say he never reached out to the family, he never helped search for her, and Kayla's MOM said that she found that very odd of him. Unfortunately, the case went cold for years, until 2016. This really creepy video titled High Water started going viral. A man in the video starts talking about meeting a girl at the mall, and in the background, there's a girl tied up in the room behind him. The internet exploded, saying that she looked just like Kayla, and it was so convincing that even the FBI started investigating it. But the video turned out to be fake. The girl was an actor, and that false hope nearly broke Kayla's family all over again. But they did say, if there was one good thing that came out of that, it was the fact that more people learned Kayla's name. To this day, Kayla is still missing, and we don't know what happened. But if you ask her family, they'll tell you exactly who they think knows the truth, and his name is Kevin. But what do you guys think happened? Is Kevin actually hiding something? Or is he an innocent man that just so happened to see her last?